What's up, good people? Welcome to another episode of Mo Simba's Definition, aka Mo's Dev. So I hope you're doing good today. I just was eating my pancakes and I'm coming from a very nice night of sleep. You know, yeah, one where my dreams were peaceful and meaningful, and I actually remembered partly in the morning. No, it's like I've forgotten exactly what was going on, but you know, the feeling of it is still with me. You know, how I felt in the dreams has stayed in me or with me. So here I am eating my pancake and just browsing on the phone as usual, you know. Yeah, that's what happens at breakfast. And I just realized I was biting my pancake and putting it back down, biting it. And so at the last piece that I was holding, when I finally went in to get the last bit of it, it looked like, I don't know, gingerbread man, I guess is the closest we can come to it because it's a piece of flour, you know, so, or piece of dough, right? So it looked like a man who's running to hug me, or just like a man with open arms, a chubby man with open arms, and just, ready to hug you. And, that's just who my dad was, and that's how he was. And yeah, I've had, I think, 2 dreams this night with him in them. And, though I can't really remember what, but they were happy dreams. I was in a happy place in my head, in my world. My world was happy. It was peaceful and abundant, and there was just smiles everywhere. But yeah, that's it was just me and him. I don't remember seeing anybody else actually. But yeah, I had a really good dream last night, and I just feel bad that I don't remember all of it. Yeah, I just remember partly and the feeling of it. But it's okay. Some memories are meant to be felt, not seen. Yeah. Not to be made sense of. To just leave you with a good feeling to keep going. It's like a hug from the universe, a hug from, well, for me, my best friend, Yeah, he truly understood me. Yeah, he did give me one really good slap when I was growing up. And, that was just, oh my God, the height of punishment from my dad. And it was for totally nothing, so I get it. He did take it out on me, but as a parent myself, I've caught myself doing the same, taking it out on Caden when it's not what I'm supposed to do and it's not right. So yeah, you live and you learn. And every time, like for me, I don't believe in beating, so every time I find myself like having taken the whip and really went to town with it, because sometimes it's unavoidable, and sometimes I think it's quite necessary depending on the situation at hand. It's not a daily routine for me. I can't live like that, and it's really rare, it's something that you even forget that it happens. But then one day, one time, you just do something and you're like, bruh, that is absolutely not accepted. It's not gonna be accepted now here. You better learn. You will learn today. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be something major, but you just have to make it really clear to them that that is absolutely off the table and that should never cross their mind again. Like, yeah, it's bad, and it's terrible. And maybe you can give them reasons, but yeah, there are days when you really have to put your foot down. Yeah, because kids are, they're very impressionable as they are, what is it? I'm losing the word. They know how to get to you. And I don't know if it's their innocence that gives them such quick wit or something else. I don't know. Like, they're just quick-witted. And they might say something you would not even expect them to say, and you're like, what? Where did you even get that? Like, But it just matters with how. It's not about mostly the words they use. Even they just, they maybe pick it up, so you can't really go overboard about that. But, unless it's directed to you, of course. But habits or some, some nuances that you just have to nip in the bud when you see it. Immediately you see it like this. This one, you have to get rid of it. No way is it going to survive in your house. Of course you can't let your kid rule over you, command over you, or something like that, or appear as if they give you instructions, because kids can get there, if you let them, so. And it's also on the other side, not making them so afraid of you that they can't talk to you like a friend. They can't have happy moments with you. Maybe you're never available. Don't be too extreme. Just have a nice balance. You allow them to be who they are, but remind them of the boundaries. And because I'm telling you, it's parenting now is like, whoa, man, it's on another level. To be honest, yeah, we are all on another level. Yeah, a lot of everything we're doing is on another level. The relationships we're having with ourselves, with others, with things in our lives, everything, it's insane. It's like on a crazy level, but we're here for it, and it will keep getting crazier, and we'll still be there for it. Like, there's this speech I came across, and I don't remember, but it was a guy who just was seemingly had the time for the mic and had something to say, and he said, easy men make hard times, right? No, he said, tough times make tough men or strong men. Tough times make strong men. Strong men make life easy. Easy life makes weak men. Weak men create tough times, and so it goes. And tough times create strong men. So it keeps on going. So it just depends on, I think, where you are at the moment. And for me, I think we are at the moment where we are coming out of the easy times that have made weak men, and now we are entering the weak men who have created a tough life. So we are right in the middle of the weak men and the tough life, and we are supposed to become strong men and create an easy life. So that is our mission right now, for everybody who's in my age group or my generation. And I think even the one after ours. Yes. Yeah, I think XYZ, all of us were in the same category as for now. Yeah, maybe Z will probably get to live a much better life if we do a good job. Yeah. If X and Y do a good job, then Z are going to have a great time. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about, and that's what is on my mind. I'm like, there is an objective, an overall and collective objective for us all to take part in however small a way, but we just need to do it and be doing it consciously and make it aware to other people who may not even know this exists or who may not consider it important, to just consciously commit to making a better life for your kids, you know, and teach them how to do that as well, so that they can do that for their kids. But remember the discipline, yeah, remember the discipline, because if they let go of the discipline, then they'll just get to a point where they destroy everything. So at least, even if there's a time for loss, there's a chance for stupidity and I don't know what, but let it be mitigated, let it be pre-planned for, so that we avoid catastrophic events, or we mitigate them as far as we can. So that was my thought for today. Just sending you hugs and good wishes and positivity, and generally just wishing all y'all the best. Yeah, I hope you're doing the best with what you have. I hope you're loving yourself truly, consciously, 100%, like, yeah, feeling like the ish, yeah. And you should feel good about yourself. Feeling good about yourself does not mean you're any better than any other person. No, it's just you feeling good about yourself. And the other person should feel good about themselves as well, So take up your responsibility, own up your responsibility for feeling good, feel good for you. Don't feel good because someone else is feeling good, or, feel good because you are you. Yeah, because you are you and you love yourself and you're doing everything you can for yourself. Like, come on, just feel good because you deserve to. You're alive. You have health. You have basic needs catered for. You have people who love you in your life. You have some love in your life. Even if it's one person only, you have some love in your life. Even if it's a puppy, a cat, anything, you have some love in your life. So that's all you need to hold on to, man. Because really nothing else is worthwhile in this world. We spend so much time, a big part of our lives, like, running after something, trying to impress people, playing games with people, allowing people to play games with us, wasting time, we're so guilty of so many things, and instead of shunning it and I don't know, we just own it. It's like, yeah, but decide also, like, you do something different. Yeah, try and do something different. Now stop living in the old routine and just change your routine in the least bit way possible. For me, it's creating these audios because it's something I've always talked about doing. I'm gonna do it, but I never did it. So now it's like, whenever I get a thought in my head, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it in in a recording, and I'll post as many times as I possibly can in a day. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. And maybe even today would be the first day to post everything, and it's probably not even going to fit. But that doesn't matter, does it? Yeah. Yeah, I probably won't have enough time to finish all of them, but that's beside the point. Do as much for today as I can, and tomorrow will take care of itself. And guys, it's 11:11 immediately. Like, oh my god, spot on. And today is 22:22. What? Like, guys, you should know the significance of this day, man. It's such a beautiful day. Y'all should know. It's a synchronistic day. It's 22 April 2022. It's such a sacred day, and a lot of magic happens on a day such as this. Hmm. Well, that's a good catch. I was updating, or rather sending out a post on my WhatsApp. Yeah, like I'm so totally into synchronicity, and I'm glad I found it because I found something to live for. I found something that gave me assurance. Something that gave me answers of two questions I was really asking and nobody was willing to answer. And one, maybe they didn't have the answer. Because, yeah, let's talk about religion for a bit. I was born a Christian, and I come from a Christian background, like that's PCA Protestant, yeah. So I went to a Catholic primary school, and I learned about being a Catholic, and for my time there I was a Catholic because I was a boarder from around standard 4, yeah, so call it grade 4 maybe, yeah, whatever. So in class 4 I decided to become a boarder. I remember it was the cold month of July. It was so cold that month, but yeah, so I went to boarding school in second term, around May. And by the way, a lot of things have happened for me in May, haven't they? I guess. Okay. Well, so I was in boarding school in May. That's 1999. Oh God, yeah. But anyway, I'm not ashamed of my years. Wow, it's a long time ago, right? So I went into boarding school and I stayed there. So everything was like run by Catholic nuns. So they were our administrators. It's like having, they were like matrons, but well, they weren't the matrons. They had hired other people to do that, but they were always there. They micromanage a lot, so they were always in your face. You always came across them. They were very strict, and life was just different. And yeah, so I was in boarding and I learned to be a Catholic, and then that was over. I came to high school, and you had a choice. You either CU or that's what was it? What CA? I'm a CU, yeah. Yeah, I think Christian Union or Catholic Association. I don't know. I can't remember. For the love of God, I can't remember. So apparently, because I didn't appreciate how long church took in CU, I decided to go to CA because honestly, there it's like 1 hour maximum, like 45 minutes, like is enough. And we're out, we go basking, you go take your, I don't know, breakfast, leftover breakfast or some shit like that. You start enjoying your Sunday while others are still in church there singing and praising and everything. So anyway, my that's not the beginning of religion for me. Before that, when I was much younger, or rather when I was just staying at home and going home for the holidays, I used to, there were these Jehovah Witness guys who used to visit, and that time they used to visit. I think they had money and funding probably. They came with these books. There were these Bible story books, and I don't know, stories about Jesus. Yeah. So of course, at that time, being a very religious girl and wanting to, that's the life that and you just want to be a good kid and follow the right path. And anyway, these were the only storybooks I was coming across with so many beautiful pictures to look at. So there I was, pap. I wanted them and I got them. Oh yeah, I also got a really nice Beauty and the Beasts like package from, I don't know, it wasn't them, but yeah, from somewhere. Anyways, they still live and they're still pretty nice to look at. They hold a lot of my childhood memories. I should read them, by the way. So yeah, there we were. That was our life, and so for me, I believed in Jesus, and I guess I grew up much alone because my brothers are way older than me. Like there's a 7 and 10 years age difference. So by the time I'm 8, they're teenagers, and they don't have time for me. So I was like, I grew up alone. I grew up by myself, just doing my own shit, like just reading my own books, and yeah, and drawing and watching TV. That wasn't so common, but yeah. So I grew up alone, and yeah, I kept myself busy doing things like that. So I, of course, now had an imaginary friend or companion who was Jesus, Yeah, that was my friend, my companion, because I always believed he was with me. I always felt like close to some energy, and it was good energy that took care of me, that, protected me, and I don't know, made me feel safe. So even when I would go to sleep, I'd have like space on my bed. I'd sleep like on one end of the bed and tell Jesus that he's sleeping on the other side, And it was comforting. But now it's been all those years since, and while I've come to realize that, or come to feel in my soul that, it's, yeah, spirit is real, God is real. Like there is an energy. If you believe and if there's an energy that keeps you company. There is, if you allow it to, it's there for you. But if you allow it to, if you believe in it, or if you trust that you are not alone, like you really are not. We are never really alone, but what we are is ignorant. I think we should use the word ignorant, because by now, with all the knowledge out there's no way someone can claim, oh, I do not know. So you do not know, you do not want to know, and you just want to sit there and hold on to your views and not even try anything new, because oh my god, what you know is what you know, and that's the only thing that there is, and it's crazy for me. No way, because there's an explanation to everything. And my point is, I have been in church, I have been a good Christian girl, a good Catholic girl. Like, yeah, because when I get in there, I actually apply myself. And even if I went to CA, I would go read the verses. I would, be one of the dancers ushering the ushers, like that was absolutely cool for me because hey, why not? Acha tusaidie hii kazi, like let's do this work so that it can end quickly, because if we have to be seen doing it, let's just do it and get it over with, right? So that's how I've always been, or probably how I grew up. And yeah, so for me, the divine has been a big part of my life and will continue to be a big part of my life. But I'm only not in the same boat with religious people because they think their God is the only God that there is, regard whichever religion you're representing, you think that your God is the only God there is, and the truth that you know in your book is the only truth that's there. But that's where we don't agree, because that's not what I believe, and it's not what my experiences have taught me. And yeah, we don't need to argue about it at all. It's not a point of that requires arguing, you can just believe what you believe and I'll believe what I believe, and we can coexist, but let's just not talk about it. Okay, yeah, you be happy with your God, yeah, and let me be happy with spirit, the divine, the most high. Murugu wa Kirinyaga, Ngai wa Kirinyaga, Murungu Baba. Yes, my God has many names. He has many names. Yeah, that is my God. He has many names. He, she, yeah. God has many names. The universe, mm, intelligence. What do we call it? Yeah. Ultimate intelligence, is it? Yeah, anyway, I can't remember, but there's this term that they use in infinite intelligence. Yeah, they use in this book, this Get Rich book. It's an old one. Oh my God, I'm forgetting titles today. Like, when I remember it, I'll just post it, because I know I remember it anyway. Yeah. So yeah, infinite intelligence. The divine for me has many names, many faces. You can't pin him down. You can't categorize and assume and conclude and summarize, and you cannot. You cannot. So you cannot read a text and live with a definitive like interpretation of a text. No, and I do not think we should ever try. And we keep saying the same things. Lean not on your own understanding. But I think that's what we do. We keep doing it, and it's insane how we don't even see how twisted we are in or by the word, by church, by people. But we don't see it. We are just eyes wide open, head like walking towards our destruction every day. And if someone tries to point it out, we shut them down. We shun them and call them crazy. But yeah, there are crazy people, who go around and stabbing people, murdering, and defiling children. Like there are weird, crazy people. Those are crazy people. But if with all the information that's there in our current world, like right now, if you haven't sat down to really consider why you hold the opinions that you do, and what exactly do those opinions mean? What are you agreeing to by following in those opinions or accepting that those opinions are true for you? For me, I'm very cautious with the things I choose to go forward with, especially in this day and time. Things are never ever what they seem. Like we've known that phrase forever, but now they are even way more not so what they seem, because we are consciously blind and we don't want to wake up. Yeah, we are refusing to wake up, and we consciously understand the fact that we are blind, and we are too afraid to face the reality, the truth. The reality is there, we are facing it. We are doing, an okay job facing reality. But facing the truth is something we are not yet come up towards at all. Like we're trying, I guess. But the truth is a very tough pill for a lot of people to swallow, and I don't know if it's gonna get easier. I don't know if guys are going to get braver, but we must all be ready and willing to really look at the truth, really assess what is true for me. Yeah, it's true, this guy is saying this and this woman is talking about this and this book is telling me this and this, but what is the real truth? What is the real truth? What about you? What do you think? We are so willing and ready to take up another person's thought as our own. And even though we give credit to them, we'll be like, yeah, it's not my thought, it's George Orwell or something or somebody. Like, why are we not readily putting out our own original thoughts out there and feeling like we are worth it enough to deserve to have that opinion? We need to feel that we have lived enough to know at least one or two things about this thing called life. And I believe if we all shared our different perspectives on things, our different opinions on subject matters that are really ailing us as a people, I believe we'd find solutions faster. I believe we'd be more willing to really look into each other's eyes and tell each other the truth and choose to do what needs to be done to address these issues and make sure that they are handled and make sure that they don't come back again. There's a lot that we can do, but it's not going to get done. It's not even going to get off the ground if we cannot be truthful with ourselves, if we cannot look at the truth and accept it and work with it. Let's not turn away from the truth. Yeah, so regardless, whatever that is for your life, because everybody has a truth. And they keep telling us, speak your truth, tell your story. I believe we all should. You don't have to feel like a writer, and even if you feel like you don't have the beautiful words to say, call me, I'll write for you. Yeah, you'll give me the gist of it and I'll write you up a nice story, a catchy story. Yeah, for sure, for shizo. Yeah. We can discuss the rates. We wouldn't, we like business. So, tutakosana pesa, tutakosana bei. Maybe how can you even say that in English? Tutakosana bei. I'm sure we can come to an agreement. That's the only way. Anyway, yeah, accept the hugs the universe is giving you. Like, I feel like religion, wants to confine us to a certain perception, or it's just a belief, a certain belief. That's what religion, I feel, does. And for me, I believe that there is truth in all religions, but not that one specific religion holds all the truth. Or that there is all truth in that one religion. For me, I don't believe that. Every religion, I believe, has, and it's true, they have different agendas. And that's the thing. As much as being in a religion gives one the warmth of, I think, being in a community, being included, or being one of a team. For me, as you can understand, I have never been one of a team, or at least never felt like one of a team. Or I have, yes, I have. Sometimes in my life, I have, but it's very not likely for me, and I'm okay with it. I'm not trying to complain, and I believe I am a good team player. When there's something that needs to be done, we get it done. That's how I just do my part. As a team player, I just focus on doing my part. I'm not really there to make long-term relationships or something. I'm usually just there to do my job and make sure I do what I need to do, and make sure you do what you need to do so that my back is covered. That's all I'm there for as a team player or a team member. And I'm also a good leader in terms of I can lead my team, or rather I have. In a team building event, I've led my team into victory. And these are the things maybe we don't really consider. But for me, I felt like awesome. I felt like I could take over the world in that one moment, because I beat my bosses. I beat them, and one of them really took it personally, and after that, I just couldn't work there anymore. The animosity was too much. And work environments are already toxic for me, because I have to come and sit there and work for all those hours, and I have to go and break when you tell me to go. I have to be back when you expect me to be back. It's already toxic for me to have given someone all that control over my life. So for it to be on top of that, animosity, and you're going to treat me the way you feel like, because I can't do shit about it, because I'm an employee and you're my boss, I'm just gonna quit, and maybe in retrospect, it's not been the best idea for me to get up and quit every time I was faced with these kinds of challenges. Sure, I admit I was emotionally immature. My EQ was way down there, and that's something I've had to work on all these years. But I don't know. I still feel like if I had to go back, I would still end up quitting, because some things become unable and unavoidable, and you're like, the things I've seen in life have really caused me to wonder about people. I'm like, how come these kinds of people, why do these kinds of people exist? What goes on in your head, human? What's wrong with you? Nini, are you okay? How can you even think of doing such a thing? It is, maybe I've just not had good encounters with humans, and maybe that's why I'm so keeping to myself almost all the time. I don't know, but I can't explain it. And I've been trying, I've tried to connect, I've tried to just be as, as open as I can to new people, new situations, but maybe I'm just not lucky with relationships. That's just it. I should leave it at that. Yeah, and one day I'll probably figure it out because I know I'm still working on it. Yeah, but for now I'm just done. I'm done auditioning or relating people in my life. Like for a minute now, let me just keep to myself because there must be something terribly wrong with me for attracting these kinds of people continuously. Yeah, so I still need to work on myself because hapana, I have to find out why I keep attracting people who are not so good people. Yeah, and it doesn't even have to do that to be that they did a big thing but I'm just like for me then I can't if that's the reality of the situation right now, I can't deal. Yeah, because I feel like faking is the worst thing that I would ever want to do in my life. I don't want to live to fake that. I don't know. I miss you. I can't explain it. And let me just say I have not found people worth suffering for. That's what I'm going to say. Because every time something happens and it's always for me it's always like, hey, that's what you chose to go and do. That's what you did. Like it becomes so hard for me to trust you after that. And for sure it has to be a big thing. It has to be something that really matters. It might be a small thing to someone else because for me it's the small things that matter. Small things make me really upset and small things make me very happy. So those small things for me, the attention is in the detail, or the devil is in the detail. So I'm like, no. There's some things that when someone does, I'm like, this one cannot proceed further than this. Like I don't see any future friendship with this person because if I cannot trust you honestly, then there's really no relationship that we can have because I'm telling you, I like all the things I ever think about, they come to fruition. And just before you say it's because I think them, but why are these people capable of those things? Why are they capable? There's something inside of me that is attracting bad people, and I just need to keep to myself even a bit more. Yeah. So anyway, that's just on the other end. I was still talking about religion and how it made me feel and the kind of joy and peace that I got from the time I discovered like tarot readings and like astrology, if I can say, and astronomy also, because and psychology and what else? What is the spirituality? Since the day I discovered that there are avenues of life that I have not explored and that come with such peace, and they really, I feel an embrace in my soul for these things. That's how I felt. Like I felt so at home. I felt like wow, there's this world. Like these kids actually spend their days. Like, oh my god, for me it's so cool. It was like so awesome, and I cannot believe that it's been. Is it 6 years now? Yeah, because I think I came across them. I started coming across them in 2016, where I was working at the last job that I quit because of animosity, and yeah, due to the oppression in the office, I just don't know how, but I came across tarot readers, astrology, astronomy, spirituality in another dimension, synchronicity with numbers and everything, and it's been a beautiful 6 years now. because I started at that job, I think in February. Yeah, around February. So it's been, by the time I started finding out about tarot, it was around April, because I had first to, you can't just start going into YouTube in the office, You have to get used to the office first and learn the ropes, establish your position in the office. So by that time, I got in as a transcriber, and I was quickly promoted to quality assurance, and it was just working well. Yeah, the salary was still quite low, but we took it because we didn't have anything else, and we kept going. So yeah, that was then. And that was February, March. Yeah, by the end of March I was already quality assurance. It was mid-March over there. It was barely a month, and then so that was already March. I worked quite hard. April, by end of April I'm already like, yeah. So it was around April there. I remember, I think it was a holiday or something like Easter, and we were not a lot of guys in the office, and that's when I started like, wow, searching, because I used to work night shift. So when Easter is there, there's laxity in, yeah. So it was around that time. So imagine, it's been 6 years today in tarot, reading tarot and watching tarot, and I don't know where is this manifestation, but I'm happy, I'm glad, because it's been a journey, and again, that's what I need to look at, the journey that has been there, because it's been one beautiful journey, a very painful one, but very beautiful as well, powerful as well. Been learning a lot about ourselves. For me, I've grown up so much in the last 6 years than I did like in the past 25 years, I guess, because by then, how old was I? Yeah, imagine, I was 25, wasn't I? 6 years ago. What? Wow, I was 27. What? Really? Yeah, I was 26, about to turn 27. Yeah. So yeah, I really did grow up much. I've grown up much in the last 6 years. I've learned a lot. I've discovered so much about the world we live in, and my mind has blown. I've fought so much against the system, I believe so. And I think that's why my life has been so hard. And yeah, I didn't fight. The truth is, I didn't fight, with a strategy. I believe I didn't know. I just felt like, no. Anytime something came in my life that I felt, no, Maureen, you can't do this, Maureen. I just wouldn't. And maybe I can call it pride, or I have called it pride many times. But maybe it's just my internal, protection mechanism. Because if I'd have traveled those paths that I have always thought of, that would have made me crazy money, that would have made me, very stable, and I would be a shell of myself. Yeah, and I don't want to look beautiful outside when my inside is rotting and it's dying from all these deals that I've signed with the wrong people, all these lanes that I've walked with the wrong people and for the wrong reasons. It's one thing when you're just living your life and experiencing life, and then something happens to you, but it's another thing to go actively looking for this trouble in return for some gain. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we all live and learn, but the most important thing is implementing what we have learned. And regardless, like, just don't give in. Do not give in. If something just feels off to you, just don't do it. Just do not do it, because you won't get yourself back, and you won't get that moment back, and you take a road that you'll forever regret. For me, the only regret, and I can't call it a regret, because I believe I'm suffering just like everybody. A lot of people are suffering. Yeah. And we are actually blessed, because hatujakosa chakula, hatujakosa food, hatujakosa nguo za kuvaa. Hakuna kitu tumekosa really. So when I think about it, I'm actually really blessed, because even when situations get how bad, there's always sustenance. Always, like, God just comes through, and you're like, wow, like, there's so many humbling moments in the journey that are so worth it. They are so worth it. And it's not to say that you won't be making your mistakes. Remember, you're still learning. You're like a spiritual babe. Yeah, it's like been 6 years. That's not a long time to know a lot. It's not. But the truth is, I know something. Like, I don't know zero. I know something. I'm not the same as someone who's learning about spirituality today. I have 6 years experience. I have first hand. I'm not giving stories about anybody else. I'm telling my own story. I have no one else to reference. Now you either take it or believe it or leave it. It either resonates in your soul or it doesn't. It's just that simple. There's no need to be angry about it or any which way about it. Just listen, take it in, and say, okay, we'll see. No one is trying to convince you about anything. We're just saying there is a different life, that you can live. There is a different way of thinking that you can perpetuate. And life already is not easy. So why is this going to be any easier? It's you believing in everything that's sacred, and believing that you are part of that sacredness, and that and I believe your life will just keep planning out for you. Yeah, it will work out for you. It will happen for you instead of to you, because you accept it for what it is. Life is not about buying all these expensive things that we buy, or going to all these expensive places we want to go to, hanging out with all these expensive people we want to. That's a plus. And now when I look at it, I think the people who are blessed most with it are people who've reached the height of self-expression. Like, for me, my idol is Burna Boy. Like, man, I just see that guy. I'm like, wow, Burna Boy has really done it. Like, for me, he just speaks volumes, and I like everything he does. Like, every single song of his, like, he's just like the coolest guy on the planet to me. Like, I like his ideals. I like how he says what he wants to say, and he's not afraid to say it. I feel like he's one of the realest people on this earth, and yet I have never met him. But I'm telling you, my spirit resonates with his so 160, 200%. Yeah. Burna Boy is like the dopest musician alive, man. You're like, and that's just my personal opinion, and I'm not even afraid to say it. Like, it's the best kind of music that I've ever listened to in my life, and I listen every day. Like, I'd play Burna from morning to evening and not get bored. Like, I cannot get bored with Burna Boy. So enough of the rant with Burna, but seriously, that guy's got dope music, and it's because as in he's spiritual, you know. That's another song I love about his, you know. Say, all my people spiritual, only obey, Tawale, never obey. Say, all my people spiritual. Man, that guy is a legend, a living legend to me. Like, yeah, he's dope. Yeah. Yeah. Which and he's dating Stefan Don, which is another girl that I really, really admired even before they got together. Like, she has dope music, she has a dope personality, you know. She's lucky. Yeah, she's lucky to be dating Burna Boy. And you know, the other thing I love about Burna is his crazy sense of style. Like, he don't care. He gonna wear what he wanna wear. Like, damn, like, that's who I wanna be when I grow up. You know, so, and you see, like, he's an international star. You know, who doesn't know Burna Boy? Like, him, and I believe it's because he's spiritual. He is. And he's very real, and he's a no-nonsense guy. And I think that's how you live your life. I think he's also a very private person. You can't just walk around Burna Boy, like, you know. Forget even, but like, if he has bodyguards or shit, which I don't even think he needs. But you know, he really he's got it together. So yeah, he's just a dope human. I'm so glad I get to listen to his music, and who knows? I mean, the world is a funny place. Maybe one day I'll meet him and just get to say hi. Just get to look into his eyes and, I don't know, steal some of his magic. He is such a magical person. Anyway, yeah. Um, yeah, I believe he gets all the honor he does, and he sings it even in his songs. Like, you know, before nobody cared, but now I'm still doing my thing, and you guys, you had to recognize, because you know it's me. And he did come through totally. Mm. So yeah, um, oh my gosh, mm. Yeah, I believe high honor is granted to a lot of people, or rather the people who've gotten to the height of their self-expression, and it's really dope seeing it happen, because I feel that it could happen for me too. It's just about finding that thing that's for you, and you know, following through with it. I believe so. I don't think it's about much else than that. So yeah, it's 11:55, and what a long talk we've had, guys. We'll talk more about religion. I pray that you would share your opinions and your thoughts on email, on my DM. Yeah, because I don't want to have comments on my blog or a podcast or video, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I just want to have genuine conversation with people, or I could open the chats app and just be very, but I don't want to have that time to keep deleting comments. So now, if you want to communicate, you want to share ideas, maybe you want to do a podcast with me, yeah, reach out on email, direct message, Instagram. Sure, I'll reach back out to you. Okay, people, have a really dope 111th day of the year. Happy birthday to my nephew. He turns 18 today. My gosh. Imagine he's 18 just the other day. I was washing him in his tiny basin. Oh, they grow up so fast. Oh boy. And I still look like his sister. I don't have like his auntie at all. So anyway, guys, we give thanks. We're grateful for everything, and yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do another video or audio right now or for this week. I'm going to bury my grandma, so may the Lord go with me and may He be with you, and have a dope ass day, dope ass weekend, and catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening. Mos Def is out. Wow.